two players sweating on them. One of them is Baker, the other is Kennedy. It's a throw in at half forward for Port Adelaide, and it's a constant roar from the crowd here at Woodville.
And will persistence play for Port? Not a lot of moves they can make, just hard work.
Fuller over to Fantasia. Does well, can get a kick in up towards half forward. Taylor's in front of Leslie. Greg Boyd, the call. Rogers is in the way, takes it lovingly, runs his full measure and goes up towards Nichols, who's against Harris. Oh, great mark by the Magpie fullback.
The Giant stood his ground. The ball must be kicked further in front of Nichols.
Curtis wanting to build up, loose, half back out of side. 6 points in favour of Woodville. Greg Boyd's got to wait. The punch from McDonald. Harris from the side. Chance to look. Walks one player. Brings in Martin. He's at half forward. Over to a teammate in Haylock. Haylock looks towards Nichols, who's over the back. Free kick has gone to the Woodville player in Nichols near the scoreboard, and he knows his side's up by 6 points.
He's on the left foot. He's a natural kick. It's a very difficult kick from there. And 6 points up with a shot in hand. This is important.
Into the breeze. Nichols has 4 goals. Side's up by 6 points. 21 minutes played. It's close. Are behind. 7 points in favour of the Warriors. And ooh in the crowd.
Well, the build-up was excellent by the Warriors ahead of centre. Harris's strength gave them the time and the poise, and Nichols shot.
Harris wanted the run-up. He's got the breeze with him. He's normally a big kick, and that's no exception. Back towards the centre. Libas getting in the way, but it's too high. Free kick has gone to Woodville. Held on the arm is Libas.
He hasn't taken a lot of marks, Big Terry, but he's been consistent and competitive.
Goes towards half forward, looking for Sewer. He was outnumbered. Bounce very, very important. Harvey gets himself in front. The call from Russell Boyd. Over to Weaver. Now a chance for Port Adelaide. They're down by 6 points. Ball on the ground for Borlase. Hands up from Curtis, wanting to get into the action from the back pocket position. He's off balance. And there'll be a throw-in down at half forward for Port Adelaide. They're down by 7 points.
And 22 minutes into the last quarter, 2 scoring shots ahead, and the ball on the boundary with defensive action, the name of the game.
Parker, McDonald, who's been very prominent in the final term. Harris comes across. The punch from Curtis. Russell Boyd. We're on the ground, on the outer wing. We've played almost 23 minutes. Woodville by 7 points.
Libas opposed to Baker.
Bowman smothered by Fiacci, somehow picked up by Libas. Curtis, with his usual courage. Greg Boyd under plenty of pressure. Rowan Smith, a good hand pass. He's on the wing. The build-up by Port Adelaide. They go to centre half forward. Johnston goes back. Fantasia under pressure from Clifford. Good tackle. Ginniver's the opportunity at half forward. Whipped it over his shoulder. Can O'Brien get there? Off the hands of Lund. So it's 6 points in favour of Woodville. 23 and a half minutes.
Well, Alex Lund's reading of the play has been superb. He's the last man on numerous occasions, and Peter Schwarz runs forward.
Down towards the grandstand ring. Rogers was too long. Deceptive. Leslie across. Port want to keep it in. The slide from Harrison. So the throw in on the grandstand wing. Woodville by 6 points.
And the big men will determine this game. They must find their running followers and rovers with the palm.
Libas, Fiacci, Bowman knocks it back. Bowman another opportunity. There are 3 Woodville players. McDonald and Rogers are still on the grandstand wing.
Oh, so tight. Fuller marking Anderson. Libas opposed to Baker.
Libas on the shoulder. Correct ruling by the umpire. Baker has the free kick. Put down by 6 points, and they're going forward.
And that could be a critical 3. Baker spent most of the day at full forward. A crucial time for him on the ball.
Johnston's got his hands up. He wants it at centre half forward. Punch from Parker. Down to McDonald. Looks up towards half back and Templeton. And that's lovely disposal under pressure. Woodville obviously need to control the ball. Close to being into time on. Woodville by 6 points. They'd love another behind to put them 7 points up. It's a long kick. Can Leslie get there? Ebert. It was meant for his teammate and Harvey, who's got himself in front. Well played, Harvey. Puts his side up towards the wing. Woodville have got the numbers. Anderson getting in the way. Oh, sensational play by Anderson.
Inspirational marking.
Port go to centre-half forward. They're down by 6 points. Darren Smith held up by O'Dwyer. Across to Fiachi. Across comes Martin. He'll be under pressure. Did he play on? Fiachi at centre-half forward. 60 metres out. He puts it up into the breeze. Parker.
And there was a wrestling duel that went on between Parker and his opposition ruckman in Johnson. Parker won out to take the big and important mark.
We're into time on. Woodville by 6 points. Keeping control. Jacquia seems to be limping for most of the match, but he's still ploughed on regardless.
30 seconds into time on. There's one kick between them.
Jacquia eating up the seconds. In the back pocket. Bowman's the little man, virtually unopposed. Free kick in the back.
It fell short, and the littlest player was the one who had to fly.
Bowman along the grandstand wing. Libas in front. Taylor from behind. The fist of Baker. Harris goes in. Picked up by Leslie. Good play, Leslie, to Rowan Smith. He's damaging it half forward. Very, very high. Chance for Parker to come across. Two Woodville players. Jacquia for Schwarz. It is cool play to Bowman. Out of trouble along the grandstand wing. Taylor against Leslie. They both slip. Taylor happy to have the throw in on the grandstand wing.
And that's been a superb duel between Taylor and Leslie. The ball hugging the boundary line.
Can Port Adelaide go forward and pick up a goal to level? They're 6 points down. It could be out on the full. Leslie, who's been a dynamic player for the Magpies, has the free kick.
And Rowan Smith, to me, appears to be the one Port Adelaide player who can set up this game.
27 minutes played. It's Woodville by 6 points. Port go to centre-half forward. Off the hands of Darren Smith. Clifford, the call from Geneva. In comes Harris. Over to O'Dwyer. Woodville go across the attacking line. Not for long, as it's marked by Harvey. Port go to centre-half forward. Darren Smith in the middle. Who's down? Fuller. Oh, so cool. Puts it back towards the grandstand wing. Templeton winds up. The opponent is Greg Boyd. Woodville wouldn't mind it over the boundary line. Greg Boyd, well played. Gets it over to Kennedy. He's under pressure from Libas. Holding the ball. Could be a match-winning tackle. Advantage played. Jolly's just come on. Woodville lead by 6 points. Where is it? So had the opportunity. Curtis winds up. Goes back to Leslie. Leslie over to Ebert. Have we going to have a draw in this match? Ebert puts his side to half forward. Looking for Kennedy. Lund the big pitch. Play on the call. McDonald didn't hold it long enough. The Magpie supporters didn't like it. It goes to Fuller, who's dropped down from centre to half back.
Well, the feature of Woodville's game has there been their control in defence, and it's players like Fuller, short passing now to Colin McDonald. It can be a match-winning performance by the likes of those players.
28 minutes gone. Woodville by 6 points. Play on the grandstand wing. A big punch from Baker. Another one from Schwarz. Geneva. Fiachi wants it. He's at centre-half forward. Quickly get it up in the goal square, he says. The siren sound. The game's all over, and Woodville have won it. The umpire hasn't heard the siren. Yes, he has now. And what a fantastic performance by Woodville against their neighbours, beating Port Adelaide by 6 points in a memorable encounter at the Woodville Oval.
The crowd going berserk. Terry Libas, an important player, congratulating his opponent. The heads are down from the Port Adelaide players, but they can hold them up with respect in what surely has been one of the best matches ever played on the Woodville Oval. Woodville supreme.
Max Parker, his 250th game. He wanted to be his game of his life. It's turned out that for the Warriors. They're 14-11-95, defeating Port Adelaide 13-11-89.
Two very excited commentators, Roger Wills and Daryl Hicks. That was Woodville's 4th win in a row. They're just percentage outside of the 5 and they play West Torrens next week, so they've got a chance to make that 5 even at this stage. Well, they've more than a chance, that's for sure. Let's have a look at the quarter-by-quarter scores from the game. It was an even game throughout. Woodville just led at quarter time, Port at half time, Woodville by a point at three-quarter time, and of course Woodville eventually winning the match by 6 valuable points. Nichols and Sewer kicked 4 goals for Woodville, McDonald kicked 2, and for Port Adelaide, O'Brien and Rowan Smith kicked 3 goals each, and Darren Smith and Baker kicked 2 goals each. Footy punt return $4.45. Well, Max Parker, the Woodville captain, that was his 250th game today, and after the match he was a very happy man when he spoke with Roger Wills.
Max, you wanted it to be the game of your life for your 250th. It turned out to be that.
Yeah, it did that. It was an enormous win. Yeah, it really was a great win.
The breeze didn't seem to have that much of an effect on the play.
Oh, it did favour the other end a fair bit. It'd be a 3 or 4 goal win, but I think the other side, we both worked hard into the wind and it nullified it there.
What about the crowd support? It seemed to be a tremendous crowd all day.
Yeah, well, it was probably the biggest crowd we've played in front of for years, I don't know, and it's in the last quarter they started yelling Warriors, and I think it just lifted us a bit, yeah.
What do you think was the key factor at the decide of the match?
To decide the match, I think our heart just saw us in the end. I mean, we've been down for so many years, we've got a glimpse of the 5 and we're going to make it.
It seems as now that your defensive play, you're very, very constructive now and cool in defence.
It seems that way, does it? No, well, it's working out okay, yeah.
The Warriors now, you're not quite in the 5 after today's games, but obviously you keep winning, you're going to make the finals, aren't you?
Well, the other side's got to meet each other, I presume, so we keep winning, we'll make it, yeah, for sure.
What about some of the younger players in defence? I thought Rogers and Lunn in particular had tremendous games.
Yes, Andrew Rogers played a marvellous game. He started centre half back, went to the wing, and he's probably best on ground in my opinion, yeah.
Can you remember better days at Woodville? You did make the 5 a few years ago, but you get a real feeling amongst the club now?
Yeah, well, I think it's much better than 79 because 79 we fell in, we got there, we lost our last 5 games. This year we've done it the hard way, lost a heap early, and we've won 7 out of 8. It's great.
Congratulations on your 250th Alan, the great Warriors victory.
Thanks very much.
And that was Roger Wills speaking with Max Parker, the captain of the Woodville.